So let's say I want to rename this variable s into, I don't know, something else, right? So how do we do that? Well, we can just search and replace, right? S, and then S, change it to the new name, which let's say stir, which, you know, it doesn't work, right? Because, well, it'll work if it's like a long name, a long unique name, but it's an S, so it's just gonna replace every S that exists. So usually what you would want to do is, instead of just S, we want the S where, you know, it's not like S in the middle of a word or something. So you can do back reference \w, which is going to refer to any non-word Perl syntax, right? S, and then the same thing, right? And then now we can actually replace the S with something, right? And then \1, which refers to the thing before the S, and then we can just type stir, and then \2, you know, and it actually works now. It's going to only replace the S that we want, right? It's not going to replace SZ, because Z is a word, right? So it's not gonna match that. But this is kind of a pain, right? You know, you don't want to do this. You don't want to be doing this interactively. It's just, you know. So in Vim, instead of typing it, you know, every time, back reference W, the thing you want to find, and then, you know, back reference W. What you can do is use the execute command or function or whatever, and it will execute a string and treat it as if, you know, we're actually typing it, right? It's like a colon command, or, you know, not just colon, but, you know, whatever, right? I guess it emulates keyboard movements or something, I don't know. But you can do something like this, where you already have the S, W, S, W, back reference 1, back reference 2. And so when you're using this function, you don't need to type it all out, right? You just need to have a thing you want to find and a thing you want to replace it with, right? And you can ignore this, but what you want is call input, and you can Google it, but apparently you need input save before calling input and input restore after. So you can call input, which it will ask the user for an input, and it will return the thing the user inputs, and we can, you know, save that in a variable here. And then, well, let's say we have 2 inputs, right? Find and replace. So it's gonna ask for the keyword to find and a keyword to replace, and we're just going to make it such that the find keyword is actually placed here and the replace keyword is actually here, as though we're actually typing it, right? Even though we're using execute instead. And the dot, it just means concatenate, so it's just going to combine the string with the content of the variable, right? So yeah, so if we do this, you know, if we have, let's say we want to replace S here, right? Want to replace S, or yeah, S, okay, fine. So we can do, in this case I'm doing it a bit different, but I can do S, you know, string, and it will replace only the S we want with the string, right, according to the regex we are using, which is, you know, it's much simpler than actually, you know, typing it all out